Hello everybody and welcome back to another Imperial Diplomacy review. My name is Starcat Lazuli. We are back in the Transfemme Wars, picking up where we left off at 1644 Spring Start. We are going to be covering 3 years in this video, so 44, 45, 46. Let's jump into it. We're playing Ayutthaya. And here are the spring moves. So I am still working with ICE in Netherlands to attack the Spanish Philippines here. We make some pretty good progress with Spain completely on the back foot here. It also looks like Netherlands and Tokugawa are working with this is Rachel, I believe, of Portugal, to help with the attack on the Philippines. All the while, as I predicted, as I warned Rachel, the Southeast China colony is just getting dotted by Citadel as Ming. This is not a surprise. Not to me at least. I predicted last year that Portugal would be going minus 12 and she was minus 6 instead. But this is absolutely a recipe for Portugal to fall even further. Like, a lot of the Africa stuff is falling, a lot of the South America stuff is falling. Yeah, this side of Africa as well. Anyway, I am still working with England at this point. England's moves really puzzled me here for quite a while, actually, because it looks like she's playing both sides of the conflict between myself and Mughal, Leia. Like this army moving west and being replaced by this fleet, this does seem like more of a defensive play. Hey, I'm gonna just crawl along the coast here and keep myself defended. Meanwhile, we can work together to kick out Portugal, because Portugal, as everyone knows, is very easy prey in this game specifically. I mean, now the minus 12 prediction is seeming more and more likely. So I do get England to support me into Andaman Islands here. I was asking Ice of Netherlands to attack Malacca Strait, tap Malacca Strait to prevent this retreat. This retreat is super painful for me. It's going to guarantee Nakhon Sea since the Palawan got through. But she refused. She didn't want the retreat into... this will be North Sumatra here. Aish. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I also got into Pegu, but it's definitely a Ferric victory. I lose Sakothi, and this retreat into Andaman Sea also sucks for me. I managed to get into Dongqing, so overall in the spring phase I'm looking and thinking, okay, we'll probably go neutral. What else do we see? Zoe is still playing Russia for now. She's going to sub out in, I think, the next phase. I told her that she needs to attack Ming. I told her, like, please move your armies around so that you can try and take Lenzhou. Gobi gets attacked like this from Citadel, so that is not looking great. But at least there is still this conflict between Ming and Qing. Oh yeah, and then I keep talking with Char of Safavid to attack Leah of Mughal here. Last phase we saw Yarkand attacked, and we saw some pretty aggressive moves from Char. That was last fall, but now it's looking more like a DMZ, and Char is refocusing on Arabia, probably attacking Ottoman here with these two moves. Okay, so let's go on to the retreats phase. I did mention some painful retreats here, and then this one isn't a big deal. Land Na is potentially painful for me to attack more into my core, but at the same time, a Land Na retreat opens up Kunming, which, like, absolutely. Don't mind if I do. But we do not get that opportunity. Dongking goes to Kunming. Someone retreated into my capital. This is Portugal. Sao Paulo retreats into Ayutthaya. I think this might be payback for me warning her that Ming is going to attack her in southeast China, and we see that in Formosa and Hainan. But there you go. The retreat is not going to go through, of course. It is not adjacent. The painful retreats from Mughal, of course, are really the concern going into fall moves here. At this point, I'm struggling to figure out what to do to recover from this. This is such a painful year for me, where I've let 3 enemy units slip behind my defenses. My front is too wide. I'm trying to have a front that's covering like at least 270 degrees if you consider my sphere of influence to be like a nice circle here around the South China Sea. Well, let's jump into the fall moves phase. I'm begging Char to attack into Mughal here, and we do actually get some action with Ahmedabad here from Char. Excellent. And this Yarkand bounce is super weird. Like, potentially not arranged because you have the half core here. Maybe it is arranged because we see a lot of the Mughal units moving away from Char. This is interesting too. Surat finally gets taken. This is fall 1644, so 3 years into the game. That's a long-standing neutral. And this, Portugal, once again putting up no resistance at all and actually feeding another dot to Mughal here. So Goa gets a convoy from Portugal all the way around the South African Cape into Greenland. Another crazy convoy for, let's see. Oh, this is there's crazy convoys going all the way around. I think that Mapuche is getting a convoy into Rabat here. That's what that looks like to me. Oh, and St. Helena gets a convoy into Mapuche? Yeah. Excellent. Portugal is minus 13 this year. She's... Here, let's go to the retreats. Oh, well, I should talk about myself, too. But my sphere of influence isn't super interesting here. I get kicked out of Pegu. I'm just holding. I have a guess on this, on these 2 units for Ming, and I was thinking there might be a self-bounce in Lan Na between Sagothi and Kunming here, so I tried to support Sagothi into Lan Na. That would be the only way that I could keep both of these dots, but it makes perfect sense that Sagothi just taps Ayutthaya. I'm holding Dongking successfully. I lose both Tavoy and Nakhon-Si. This was a risk that I highlighted in Spring Moves, actually. Maybe not the Tavoy part. I could, tap Tavoy and recover from that, but at this point, I'm more thinking that Ming is the real threat and that I can possibly get Safavid to attack more strongly into Mughal. I mean, we see here Tokugawa taking the Ryukyu Islands and moving into Fusan, so this is a good start. But we still have yet to see if if Ming has any strong enemies that can put up resistance. I think this is also the phase where Zoe subs out. She was playing Russia. She's been replaced with Ellie. And like Qing is under attack by Inuit up here. It's not looking great for her. For Lofi, I believe, is playing Qing. It's not looking great for her. Okay, let's go to the retreats phase. I want to highlight this here, yeah. Portugal is down at the bottom of the leaderboard, minus 13 this year. Just a crazy game. I've never seen any colonial play like this before. She says it's just like, joking around for fun, and that's fine. I'm not trying to say she shouldn't be allowed to have fun, but it does mean that this game is extremely unique, and you can't count on more common balance of power mechanisms, like, for example, Mughal being attacked by, or at least defended, Portugal defending themselves from Mughal, which you can count on in every other game of Imperial Diplomacy. You don't see that here. Yeah, and same deal with, like, Ming just walking into the Portuguese colonies over here. But yet you see, like, Manila, So Spain, played by Fire, is under attack. Yeah, and that's apparently the only target that Portugal has in this game. I'm going to retreat into Ping and try to keep pressure on Mughal here. Now it's unclear to me which is the greater threat between Mughal and Ming, and I am kind of just trying to rally international support. I'm talking to other powers around the Pacific and Indian Ocean. I'm talking with Congo a little bit. I'm talking with Ute Shoshone. And of course I'm talking with Netherlands, like, please, please help me. Please don't dot me around here. And Netherlands says, pull off Palawan. I'm not going to attack you. Yeah, because I am -1 this year. -1, pull off Palawan. Spain pulls off the Philippine units, well, the South Philippine units. The South China Sea and Mindoro stay on, but I am talking with Spain. It might be a temp sub at this time. I don't remember her name. But typically Spain is played by Firebender throughout this game. Anyway, I'm saying you will have an easy retake of Manila because Portugal is -13 this year. And then maybe if you can push into Luzon Strait, I'll support you into Hainan. Great, let's work together. Please don't dot me in Weidong. Please. Okay, yeah, and Portugal pulls off Manila. Like, that's one of your only dots left. Yeah, but she just wants to convoy other people into her dots, so that's the way the game goes. Both Mughal and Ming are building this year. I hate to see Army Shangdu. That is probably going to attack me. But, maybe you can move into Ringpompa. Maybe. Safavid is also getting really strong here. So, once again, talking with Char, please help me. Please attack Mughal. And going into the spring moves, yeah, so Char did actually respond back, the Safavid player. She says, I need you to try to work with Ming Citadel. Now, we're not on speaking terms, me and her. This is a common thing that happens when, a player just wants to death war me. They just want to lie to me. It's not easy for me to reopen communications with them and say, hey, how about I just, give you more dots and we can work together and you can support me into Ava or something. Like, I've tried this 3, 4 times, and she always says yes and then attacks me anyway. But Char told me, try to focus your attacks onto Moogle here, because I'm going to stab Moogle. Okay, cool. So I am focused on Pegu. I am trying to move my fleets in to retake these 2 provinces here. And look at this. England is trying to support Karak into Sirkar Coast. So England really wants to take Mughals' side in the conflict against me. But Mughal refuses this and instead moves to attack England. So Jenna, playing England, is in big trouble here. And I mean, what else can I say but, like, I told you so. I said that we need to put up some resistance for Moogle here. She's a new player, and it should be easy for us to put some pressure on her to make sure that she's not being super aggressive. But yeah, Jenna just wanted to play both sides, and then she sided with Leah just as she stabs her. Okay, fine. The Mughal attack, the Safavid attack into Mughal from Char seems really effective here. So into Yarkand, successfully working with Russia, moving into Gort and Sind, but it does seem anticipated because Dali moves back to the front. What else? We previously saw Tokugawa moving towards Ryukyu, Fusan, Tsushima, and this scared the life out of Citadel in Ming. She has moved her units into a defensive formation, and Tokugawa, who has just a really great opportunity to move into East China Sea here, passes it up. Unfortunate. And, like, you have 2 frontline cores, the core in Fusan, the core in Bonin Islands. Like, get those units moving. Bonin to Okinawa Trao would be so powerful here. Fusan should be tapping Yellow Sea or Hanyang, and Ryukyu, if not tapping Formosa, should probably be moving into the East China Sea. But we don't see any of that. None of that. Tokugawa just wants to roll over for Ming. Fantastic. Let's go into the retreats. I did lose Dongqing, and, like, you see how divided I am. This is not a winning position for Ayutthaya. What I'm going to try to do here is put up as much resistance as possible. So I'm going to take the retreat into Gunshi. I don't really think there's any other interesting retreats to talk about, so let's go on to the fall moves. Netherlands has stabbed me for Andaman Islands. Very sad. Very sad. I'm just walking into Macau. It's uncontested. I expected it to be uncontested. And, like, what's Portugal gonna do about it? Nothing. This. Just giving back Ryukyu Islands to Ming, with Ming doing 2 more frontline cores. Like, so many frontline cores here from both sides. It's really suboptimal gameplay. It's bizarre, honestly. Now, I more so understand the Pyongyang one because you're not adjacent to anything too interesting. But, like, the Hanyang is crazy here. Why don't you support into Fusan? It wouldn't work, but hey, maybe it's agreed. Then was Ryukyu also agreed? Was Kyushu also agreed? I don't know. England is losing the fight against Mughal. So Mughal has taken 2 of her centers this year. Also, Pegu just holding? Like, Why not support Ayutthaya into Skothi? I don't know, new player. Um, this seems kind of neutral. I do like the Safavid position in Multan, but losing Sind is not great. What else do we got? Yeah, another Portugal dot falling, but at least Spain was honest with me, and tapping Hainan is helpful. It doesn't super matter with this moveset, but yeah, I could have had Lansang support Guanxi into Dong King and recapture that. That would have been successful, but then I would be losing Skothi. I would have to have like Ping walk into Ayutthaya, and instead I did manage to have Ping take Tavoy, so I think that's about neutral. Which, let's just go to the winter phase so that we can keep it moving. I am neutral this year, yeah. Mughal builds 1 and Ming builds 4. That is scary. This Kunming actually seems pretty good for me now. Of course, it could go to Lan Na, and it's just like, there's not many dots left to grab on the mainland. Like, sure, Macau is lost. But what else is Ming going for here? Weidong? Skothi? 2 more dots? That's a lot of armies to commit. And that's really what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to slow down Ming and Mughal to give our other ladies, like Char and... who's playing Tokugawa? Sin. Give them both chances to recover and put up some resistance, slow down these two. Maybe see if we can start pushing them back a little bit. And I think we are actually going to get to see a little bit of that. This is the last year we're going to cover 1646 for this video. I don't have amazing guesses here, but in particular I am focusing very hard on attacking Mughal. Safavid reasserts, like, let's just work together on attacking Mughal. Just let Ming fight with Tokugawa, and also Safavid is going to try and convince Ming to help out with the attack. There's a lot more dots here for her to grab for Citadel. So we'll see. I'm still not on speaking terms with Ming. She's been sending me some weird messages around this stage in the game where, like, it just kind of gives the indication that she's not paying attention to the press that much. She will send me a message like a few hours before adjudication saying, hello, and then I reply, hi, and then that's it. That's the whole communication, and that has happened twice now. It'll be like a week later and she does it again. She just doesn't want to talk, just wants to see if I'm online or something. Kind of weird. But yeah, that's the most we're communicating. I'm not talking at all with Mughal. I specifically said to her, like, I'm not gonna hear your bullshit anymore, because, like, you just keep lying to me. You lied to me about this whole laundry list of stuff. So I get into Pegu uncontested here, which is a really big surprise. Also this, like, Ava supporting Ayutthaya into Skothi, it's like these two aren't even communicating anymore. I might be sending more press than either of these two. So yeah, I got put next to 2 ladies who don't press and who are both death warring me. Not a great Ayutthaya position, right? I do manage to get into Nakhon Si, so I've retaken... well, no, I lost Tavoy, but I've retaken the dots that Mughal took off of me. And now Ming is walking into my centers uncontested. Let's go to the retreats. I was pushed out of Macau with no retreats available. Nakhon Si retreats to Malay. I don't know why you're keeping this on, but okay. whatever. Yeah, those were the retreat options, those were the retreats, and now we're going into fall start. Of course, I can just guarantee that Nakhon C is fine with Natuna C supporting hold. Let's just go to the moves phase. Let's see it. Yep. Luzon Street to Bay of Tonkin, like, okay, Spain, I see what you're doing here. Go for Don King, right? But this is also fall. I don't like the idea of moving into Bay of Tonkin in fall. It's just super slow. I think an attack on Formosa would be better here. And then you can convince Tokugawa to attack Ryukyu, but, you know, Spain and Tokugawa are probably not on speaking terms, if I had to guess. Tokugawa just playing so passively. More cores, more holding, and losing Fusan here to Citadel. I reach out to Tokugawa Sin, and I say, please help me. Please attack Ming. And she copies my message and pastes it back to me. So that's not great. That's not a great result. That's not what I want to see. I think this whole game is really low press, if I had to guess here. But we do see Safavid making some pretty good progress against Mughal. Retaking Ahmedabad. Not able to take Kabul because Ming, for some reason, is attacking Yarkand and Bamo at the same time. This doesn't make any sense. The Bamo play, absolutely, that's uncontested. That's a free dot. Like, Mughal can't do anything to stop you, even verbally. What's she gonna say? Like, hey, don't do that. But, like, this Yarkand tap? Oh, girl, no. No, she's trying to play both sides against each other, is my guess. And it just feels a lot like new player, desperate for dots, and thinks she can attack all of her neighbors at once and gain. But this would have been better for her if she didn't tap Yarkand, right? Because then Safavid would get into Kabul, Mughal would be like -2 or 3 or something. -3? Something like that. Anyway, then you would be able to walk into Ava. You'd be able to walk into Sarsam pretty quickly, right? This is also crazy up here, too. The mutual support holds from Ming and Qing, who've been fighting all game. Like, these two are in a death war, and mutual holds. Also, Ming walks into the capital. It's a bizarre move phase. I do get pushed out of Pagu. I was banking on Ping supporting Ava in, but nope. And I couldn't have supported it if I want, because Mughal was just focused on the guaranteed recapture of Pagu. So this is kind of funny, where in spring, Ping, or this army moved from Pagu to Ping, and now in fall it's moving right back. That's exactly what I'm looking for, honestly. Like, I consider that a victory in this situation where I am losing terribly. And I think I just disband it. Oh, no, I retreat over to Merak. Now I can tap Kolkata. Mughal is not looking good. Mughal does have a forced disband there. And going into the winter phase, we see Malay come off as Mughal's second disband of this year. I'm neutral. I had the forced disband in Macau, so technically it's -1 this year. But that's kind of how backline units work. Like, it's a similar idea with Malay. You come in, see how much damage you can do, and then disband them when you're done with them. So I like the Marak army. I am still just like trading dots back and forth with Ming around my homeland, but at least now she's attacking into Bamo. It's still kind of like attacking with a wet noodle, you know, because of the whole Yarkand thing. But she is so greedy. She just doesn't think about things like that. So it would seem. What else is going on with the world? Portugal is down to just a single unit in Gulf of Maine, with her one SC being in Maldives. I think that's quite funny. Congo, who's playing Congo? Um, Leafy, I think. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, she's winning. Getting fairly close to VSCC. Also, my sister Julia, she is on second place. Nice score. Doing quite well, taking advantage of weak Russia, weak Qing, weak Tokugawa, and yeah. What's his power called? Um, Not Abyssinia. Athapaska. Yeah, Athapaska just being destroyed by her. Very impressive work. Very impressive work. Um, what else do we have? Oh yeah, the Mapuche building a fleet in Porto. Mapuche has 5 units on the Northeast Atlantic. Yeah, it's a really rough position with like Garani doing quite well, but this is such a weird game, you know? um, yeah, well, I think we are going to call that an episode here. And I will probably keep doing once every 3 years for these videos, unless something really interesting happens. I think, in my opinion, it's mostly about having enough to say to be worth making a video. So you can see I'm not doing well in this game as Ayutthaya, but it's an interesting game. There's still a lot to talk about. There's still a lot of strategy that goes into where my spheres of influence are, how I can do as much damage with a small number of units. So like if the game ends early or if I do really well, I'm going to be making videos more frequently, and less frequently if I'm struggling like this. But anyway, this game is super fun to play. I really enjoy it. It's got amazing people in it. I love these ladies, and they can beat me up anytime. Okay, take care, all. Starcat Lazuli. Until next time. Bye bye.